There are a few things that I want to continue with this year. There's a few new things that I'd like to try, and there's a few things that I'd like to cut back on. So let's just get into it. Hi, Shannon Rowe Jackson here from Caution Artist at Play. And it is a new year, so that means it's time to reflect on the old year and think about what I want to do in my artistic journey this coming year. So I hope that this isn't going to be too long of a video, but I don't really have a huge plan with it, so hopefully I don't ramble, but we're just gonna go with it. So I want to take a second to reflect on 2025. 2025 had a lot of unique challenges for me. I had some health issues that required surgery. It's not something that I want to get into here, but needless to say, I am okay and things are being managed. And hopefully in the new year, I won't have to take as many breaks, but it is what it is. And then, of course, I also have a day job and my schedule's been a bit wonky there. So there's been times when I had to take some frequent breaks in 2025 when it came to things like doing my newsletter. I don't even think I did my email newsletter at all in 2025. At least for most of it, I didn't. And there were times when I was not able to post as regularly here as I wanted to. So I am really hoping that things will get a little bit better in 2026. 2025 was a little bit rocky, but I do think that a lot of what happened in 2025 is building up towards good things in 2026. So let's talk about some of my favorite artwork of 2025. You saw me do a blueberry painting with Inktense. It's one of my favorite mediums to work with, and I wanted to do something inspired by my own garden. A lot of my favorite artwork comes from reference photos that I took in my own yard, and that one is no exception. I had a lot of fun with that one. And I also had a lot of fun playing around with different watercolor pencils in general, and I worked with some references that my husband had taken for me. That was a lot of fun because it felt like collaborating with my husband. I thought that that was great. And I also really enjoyed fall time this year. I was like so inspired by fall. So a couple of my favorite pieces came from that season, that being my watercolor slash colored pencil slash watercolor pencil piece of apples that I did, and of course my oil pastel piece of pumpkins. I had a lot of fun with those different images. Now, some of my other favorite things about this year that are art related is playing with some new, I say this year, it's technically last year now. Some of my favorite things about 2025, I got to play with a lot of different materials, and 2025 had some really cool different kinds of materials come out. Holbein was knocking it out of the park. They came out with their granulating watercolors. I had a ton of fun with those. I did multiple videos about those, and I still enjoy using them. It's one of my new favorite products ever. They also came out with their watercolor pencils, and you know me, I'm a watercolor pencil girl. I love being able to combine different media with just one supply, and watercolor pencils, that's one of my favorite things as a mixed media girl, because I love my pencils, I love painting. And Holbein came out with some, and I love them. They're a lot of fun. And then, of course, Derwent finally extended their Derwent drawing line into a 72 set. I didn't get that until just before Christmas, though. Like, I ordered it in October. They just finally came. I'm about to start a drawing with them. I already know I love those pencils, though. So that was a really exciting. Sennelier came out with some woodless pastel pencils. I enjoyed working with those, though they need to be used on a very specific paper. But I'm kind of rambling now. It was a fun year for different kinds of art supplies, and my mixed media heart was loving every red hot minute of it. So that was also a lot of fun in 2025. Now, some of my favorite moments in 2025 have involved going out into the world and painting plein air, specifically with my friends Lindsay Wyrick, Karen Clark, and Angela Clark. We have a great time. We are all highly inspired by our main surroundings, so to get out into those surroundings and have good company and to do what we love, it's just an amazing experience, and I'm looking forward to doing more of that in 2026, so you will definitely see more posts about that in 2026. I hope you're not tired of me talking about these ladies, because it's not going to stop. They're a big part of my life now. We talk every day. We have a constant conversation going on, like 24/7. Well, not 24/7, because we do sleep, but it is definitely something that has been a blessing over the past couple years for me, and it just continues to get stronger. So I do apologize that I talk about them a lot, but they are a big part of my life, and that's one of the main things that I have been very grateful for. and I'm looking forward to making more memories with them. Now, something else that I want to get into in 2026, something new. A goal of mine is to at least start recording a course. I want to start teaching courses. YouTube is wonderful, but YouTube does not reward any kind of tutorial content on my channel anymore. You all seem to really like the art supply reviews and hauls and things like that, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But I want to start doing courses. I've had numerous people ask me if I would consider doing courses. I do have a Patreon. I don't have it fully set up yet. I started one like 2 years ago. But again, a lot of things happened in 2025 and it made it more difficult for me to do some of these things and to get into the studio. So I'm hoping 2026 will be better for that. But I have a lot of fun ideas for courses that I would like to do. I am trying to find a good platform to teach on. So I'm looking into Teachable, and there's a few others that I'm looking into. Again, this is all very, very new, very, very preliminary. So, but I will announce it. I will announce it when it gets closer, but that's been a long-term goal of mine. And so it's something I want to work on in 2026. Drop some suggestions below for different classes that you would like to see from me. I know a lot of you have asked me over the years for courses, but feel free to drop some in the comments below if you have ideas. I have some ideas that I think you'll really like and I'm really excited about. But, let me know in the comments below what you would like to see from me, and it'll be good to see if it lines up with what I'm already planning. And then another new thing that I want to do is possibly add more products to my actual website. If you've been following me for a while, then you know I have cautionartistatplay.com, and I do have a site on there where I sell my originals, but I also sell prints on a print-on-demand site. And so I have my originals in one place, my prints in another. And honestly, Fine Art America, where I sell my prints, it has been great. I've been on there for years. If you are looking to support my channel and you don't have the money to invest in an original piece of artwork from me, Fine Art America is great. I have the links in the description below if you want to support me in any way. I have prints over there, greeting cards, tote bags, phone cases, all kinds of fun stuff, and stickers. But I want to do some more specialty kind of items in my original shop. And so that's something that I'm definitely considering doing this year. And one of those things might be some hand-signed prints. I actually do have some limited edition hand-signed prints that I put out a while ago that nobody seems to know about because they're still on my site. I will link that again below my original website. That would be shipped from my regular store. That was a lot of fun. Those are all kind of like spring-themed prints that I did at home, and then I also embellished the mat board, so they're very, very personalized. And I had a lot of fun with those prints, and they're very limited edition, but they're still there, so if that's something you're interested. But I want to get better about promoting my work. I am an artist first and a content creator second. And I do find that sometimes, especially since I work a day job, it's really hard to balance those things. So that's something that I want to talk about here. Something that I want to do more in the new year is focus specifically on the art. There's a lot of things that I don't get to do as often as I would like because I know they're not going to get the views on the channel, and I want to be better about that. Creating videos takes a lot of work. And I like creating videos. I enjoy it. It's another creative outlet. I love connecting with you. And I love connecting with you about different art-related things. But there's a lot of different types of content that I used to do on my channel that don't get the views that I really was more passionate about. Like my Let's Talk Art series on the channel. I talk about anything from how to create a good composition to how to make archival artwork, just basically things that I found important, copyright, things like that in that series. And I feel like it just got pushed down because a lot of the content that gets views now is specific art supply related content. I did not set out to do this channel to just do reviews. Now, reviews are still going to be a part of my channel in 2026. I have a pile of stuff that I need to review. So it's not going to go away anytime soon. But I don't want to be primarily a review channel. That is not what I set out to do. I set out to share my artistic journey. trying new art supplies is part of that artistic journey. I do think that supply reviews have a very good place because I do them to help you. I like trying new things and I like to share that experience with you, but I also am hoping that it'll help you make more informed decisions when you go to buy supplies. I try to create the type of review videos that I was looking for when I was first setting out and trying new things and trying new supplies. And I do think that they do have their place. But I have been in a really big art supply loop. It's like this hamster wheel because that's what gets the views. And so it's really hard to put out just a passion project, something that I want to share that's just related to something that I'm doing artistically or something like art history wise, or just talking about general art related concepts, and to put that work into the video and just to not have views. So something that I have actually been talking about with a few of you in the comments is the fact that even if you're subscribed, you may not see what the person is uploading. And so I do want to mention there is a subscriptions feature on your homepage. So if you haven't seen content from me for a little while, try and check that tab and see if it's in there, because I do want to try to create more creative and art, like actual art inspired content. And it may not get shown to you because you're used to just having it push my reviews to me. So if it's something that you're interested in seeing, A, let me know in the comments below. And B, please check that subscriptions tab so that you can see the videos that your homepage may not be feeding to you from your subscriptions. So it's happening with a lot of creators lately. I know a lot of views are down for a lot of art creators, and that's why you're seeing a lot of this push for products. But I'm gonna be honest with you, we're all tired. We're all tired. And this was a big thing that I've had, as Mira Byler would say, it's been weighing on my heart for a little while. I am here to share an artistic journey with you. I am here to connect with other creatives, to share and exchange ideas. And yes, I'd like to do reviews so that I can help you make informed decisions and you can see what I'm using, because I will be playing with different art supplies. That's what I do. So in that view of things, because sorry, I am rambling. I knew this was going to happen. I am tired of consuming. I've been consuming so much. It's gotten to the point now where like I'll have gift cards and stuff and I'll go to buy supplies, but I'm like, what do I even want right now? Like, shopping for supplies is almost a hobby in and of itself. And I'm like, I'm done. I just want to be able to replace the things I'm using all the time. And I want to be able to use the things I have. Like, that's kind of where I'm at. So I'm going to do a lot more of that this year on the channel. If there's something really, really, really crazy exciting that comes out, like a brand new, something really neat that I really know that I would love, then yes, I'm going to buy it. But for the most part, I'm going to be on a low buy for a while. I got other things that I need to put my money towards, and I have other places in the business that I want to invest my money into, like maybe getting a shop up and going, something like that, as opposed to the supplies. I have enough supplies, it. And again, you're going to see plenty of reviews from me this year because I already have a stockpile of things between getting stuff for Christmas and stuff that I had bought a while ago. You're going to see some reviews, and I like doing comparisons, so there's still going to be some comparison videos. But I just don't want all my content to be specifically about specific art supplies anymore. I want to get back to using what I have. Mira Byler has been talking about this on her channel. A few others are talking about it too. We have enough. Us creators on YouTube, most of us, unless we're just starting out, we have enough. But it's very difficult to get off that hamster wheel, because when you're putting this much work into videos, you want to see a return. And you're going to put that much work into a video no matter what. You don't always get the views. And going on week after week and seeing that you got 10 out of 10 on views, 10 out of 10 on views, it is very difficult. And so there are times when it's very tempting, like, well, I guess I'll do a review because I know this is going to get views. Or I guess I'll do an art haul because I know it's going to get reviews. But that also means I'm buying more. And then I'm putting it out there more. And then you might be buying more. And we're all in this vicious consumerist cycle. I became an artist because I wanted to create something new in the world. I'm an artist because it's innate in me. I want to create beauty. I want to be part of creative energy, and I want to exchange creative energy with you, which is why I'm on YouTube. And so there might be less reviews this year. I need to get back to myself as an artist. I need to get back into my yard, get back into nature in Maine, draw from what inspires me, and use what I already have. Like I said, I keep referencing Mira Byler. She's talking about this too. She's been going through her studio. She's got this new series where she's going through her studio. She's finding projects she started. She's finishing them. She's going through her old supplies and using things that she already has. I want to do that. I have a whole drawer here full of acrylics. I love painting. I love working with pencils too. You don't have this many pencils if you don't love pencils, but I always have loved painting. I love landscape painting. You don't see it a ton on my channel because if I do a video about that, it doesn't get views. So even if I am doing a video, you're not seeing it. Again, go back to that subscriptions tab. So anyways, one of my biggest goals this year, after all that rambling, is to really be in my studio and use what I have, appreciate it, give it the love it deserves, and use the heck out of things. And then down the line, when I am running out of things, yes, I will replace. But it's going to give me a better idea of the things I absolutely love. I'm a mixed media artist. I want to combine all the things. I want to bring in acrylics. I haven't worked in oils in a long time. You may not see it on the channel. I don't know, but I want to do more of that. And it's hard to look at what you already have if you're too busy online trying to buy new things, always trying to get the new thing. I need to just shop in my studio, as Lindsay would say. And so that's what I'm going to be doing more of this year. That's the main thing that I want to do more of this year. Less consuming, more creating with what I already have. And I hope that you will come along with me on that journey. Now, I have been picky over the past few years about who I work with brand-wise as well. So I'm going to be extra picky this year when it comes to even receiving free product, because part of this for me is obviously saving money. I have other places I need to invest my money, but part of this also is that I'm running out of room. I have a pretty good sized studio. You can't see it all here, but I have a pretty good sized studio. I'm running out of places to stash stuff. I am going to be destashing. I like to donate to schools and to my old college that I went to. I have a lot of creative friends and family, so I will be destashing. I will be sending it and bringing it to places that I know it will be used, and I will be focusing on the supplies that I love. And I'm going to be bringing less into the studio overall, unless it's something that I've run out of, because then we know I'm using it. And a few of you have asked to see like a video from me where I show you my empties. I'm hoping that I will have a good video like that towards the end of this year from this, because usually I just get rid of my empties. I do have empties. Like, I don't want you to think that I'm not using the supplies. I am using the supplies. I'm just not using some of them as much as I would love to. And again, I just don't need more. And so aside from a few gouache colors that I've had my eyes on and maybe some things that I've run out of, I'm going to try to work with what I've got. And then one of the other goals for me this year, specifically art related, is to work on some of my series work. I mentioned I want to get back to painting a little bit more with my acrylics. I want to get back to landscapes. I had a sky series that I did when I was in school. It was my senior thesis project, and I really, really love those subjects. I have a painting that I want to do of the woods that I grew up in. I have a lot of different plans for art this year that I want to get to as well. And I will be filming. I'll try to take you along, but I need you to watch it. That's what I need from you. Please, if you enjoy my content, if you enjoy me as an artist and my artwork and you want to support me, please watch the videos, even if it's something you're not particularly interested in. I know some of you are really good about that. Put it on in the background while you're cooking, even if you have to mute me. But you know what I mean? Like, just please, I want to explore more and I want to take you along with me, and I'm asking you to come with me. I also, like I said, I want to get back to some of my series work. I have a candy series that I'm doing in colored pencil that I have been doing for years. I'd like to do another piece from that. I have a fairies series that I started a while ago. I want to get more into my surrealistic work and the magical, imaginative things that inspire me aside from just doing realism. I like to do like realistic surrealism. I want to explore that more. So these are my goals. And of course, being inspired by my garden and my main surroundings, I want to dive deeper into that, into the things I love, into who I am, and have that come out in my artwork. Those are my main goals. Sorry that this is not very concise and it wasn't very organized, but I've been doing a lot of thinking lately, and I want to just thank all of you who have always been here. I have a really good core audience that's very supportive, and I know you'll be there and you'll watch the things that I'm putting out. And I want to thank all of you who came to me because you enjoyed my reviews. Again, there will still be reviews, but I'm going to be choosier about the supplies I'm bringing in. I'm going to be on a low buy, and I'm going to start investing my money into other areas, especially if I do decide to do a course. A lot of the places where you have to teach courses, you have to pay to be there. You have to pay to teach on these websites. And so if I get into a situation like that, some of the money that I would put normally towards supplies will be going towards that. So that's what I'm thinking. It's a mess. It's rambly, and I'm going to take it day by day. But I think that I just want to spend time being grateful, working with what I've got, and looking inward and getting back to the art. So thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry that this was kind of a crazy ramble, and there's no art in this video really, so sorry if that was boring. I did have overall a pretty good 2025, even with the bumps in the road, and I did create some artwork that I really enjoy. You will continue to see some of my work with watercolor pencils because I do have some things planned for techniques with watercolor pencils. I may not be as crazy brand specific. I have a few reviews, but yeah, I think if I can get into a routine and wean myself off of being a shopaholic, it will definitely help. Because overall, I think that you can create art with a number 2 pencil and some printer paper. That's where I started. I think a lot of my addiction came from the fact that when I was real young, I didn't have a ton. I know in my heart of hearts that I can create with anything because I had to. I used to have to. And so I know that I don't need the glitz and the glam. Having wonderful artist grade supplies is fantastic. Having archival supplies is important to me because I sell my artwork. But I know that if I don't go out and buy those fun, fancy, that new set of watercolors because it's pretty, I'm gonna be just fine. Like, I'm gonna be just fine. I've made art with a lot worse, and I'll continue to make art because that's what I do. So, thank you. I'm looking forward to this journey. I will see you in the next video. You have a fantastic day. Bye.